Good communication is the key to managing an emergency. From the call takers and dispatchers to the frontline officers communicating with victims and offenders. Tonight, there's no reasoning with a hallucinating assault victim. Language proves a barrier for police hunting the robbers of a Chinese takeaways.
How did you get that on there?
And a 7-year-old won't reveal how she ended up stuck in handcuffs. That's One Night in Auckland responding to 111. At the Police Communications Centre, an emergency call is alerting police to a possible case of child abuse.
I've got some woman beating a kid around in the car park of Lynn Mall. She's in her car, but she's just been, the kid's having a big tantrum, but she's just hitting it quite a lot. And quite a lot of people have been looking. Is that who I can hear? Yeah. Okay, so she's in a vehicle. Can you give me that registration?
Dispatcher Ollie sends constables Ali and Al to investigate.
Female assaulting a child in a vehicle. It's a green and grey Taylor Steamer van. The child is having a tantrum, screaming and crying, being slapped with an open hand. A female Mary or Polly with a ponytail, mid-20s to 30s.
Yeah, copy that, Con.
Complaints about parents smacking kids are now investigated as possible assaults. The van is registered to a West Auckland address, where police soon find the mum.
Where's your son now?
He's
is he?
inside.
Okay.
I'll call out.
Oh, okay.
Their first priority is checking the child's welfare.
Hey, little man. How are you? What's your name? That's a cool name, eh? Yeah? What happened today?
I know, Mummy smacked me.
Yeah, what happened? What did you do?
I'll just grab your details because your son stays here. Yeah?
Yeah, just tell him you're... Yeah, no, all good. Oh, I mean, he's 5. I mean, kids are going to do what little kids do, you know? But, I mean, you being the adult, you need to... I mean, there's ways to go about disciplining your kids without showing your emotions in public. I mean, there's no physical injuries. I've asked the little boy. I mean, he told me, you know, Mummy smacked him because he was being, you know, naughty. I mean, like the female said, you know, he was throwing a big tantrum in the vehicle, so the only way she knew to calm him down was to pull over, yell at him, and that's probably what the informants say. Yeah.
Under the anti-smacking legislation, police have the discretion not to prosecute complaints if the offence is considered minor. They'll enter the mother's details in the system, but no charges will be laid today. Back at police comms, dispatcher Ollie is sending constables Mark and Craig to a robbery at a West Auckland Chinese takeaways.
An Asian informant on the line with poor English. There's a young male that's taken money from the till, described as Caucasian, about 14 years old.
Yeah, copy that. Look, we're only a few minutes away.
The police call taker had trouble understanding the shop owner. Mark and Craig hope they'll feel better.
Hello? Which one? Which one? Yeah, they took some money from you?
Yes, last time, maybe three weeks ago.
Yeah.
Come here to steal my something. So not with you. I don't want. I didn't help her.
Did he steal some money today?
Today he wanted my money.
Yeah. Did he? What? And what did he do?
I last time gave you $4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what? No. What did he do? Did he try to take some money?
Having been struck twice by the same robber, the shop owner knows exactly who he's looking for.
Not him? Not those guys?
Maybe 14 years ago.
Yeah. And he's gone, has he? You see which way he went? He's gone, has he?
Yeah. Gone.
Has he gone in a car?
Yeah.
Have you got a description for us? Can you tell us what he looked like?
Pardon?
Can you tell us what this person looks like?
I just not good English. Sorry.
No good English now?
Yeah, just not good.
You know what he did?
Sometimes he go here buy chips.
Right.
Yeah, and that's Thai.
All right, you show. Okay, all right.
The language barrier is proving a problem, but the shop owner does his best to communicate.
My husband take $4.
Right.
It sounds like someone has tried to take some money out of the till Both the informant and his wife who are running the takeaway shop here don't speak much English, so it's a little hard to understand exactly what's happened.
Every maybe coming again.
Okay, so we'll have a look for him. Okay. Okay, thanks.
Descriptions, unfortunately, were very unforthcoming. We've only got 2 males, 1 thin, 1 fat. No descriptions of clothing, no direction of travel. So we're just going to have a quick look around the back of the premises here just to see if there is anyone who kind of matches that description. But unfortunately, that's all we got to go on at the moment, and which isn't really that much.
Firefighters are trained to rescue people from burning buildings and motorists trapped in cars. And every now and then, they're called on to rescue people from more unusual situations.
Right, we've been called to assist the firefighters at the Otara station. A family has come into the station with a young girl who has handcuffs stuck on her wrist. Quite often we get called to remove can tops or rings or other things from people's fingers, but a 6 or 7-year-old girl with handcuffs is a bit of an interesting one tonight.
Senior Station Officer Terry and his crew carry a specialised saw that should do the trick.
How did you get that on there?
She's not saying, but Mum reveals she decided to play with her policeman dad's vintage keyless handcuffs.
Guess a look. Wow. Right, it's going to make a bit of a sound, all right?
Dentist job.
Just, yeah.
Does it hurt?
Where's it hurting? I'm going to put this under here now. Look at that. I'm free.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that was the best rescue we've had all night.
Ambulance officers attending a serious assault have radioed base requesting police assistance. Police dispatcher Chris tries to find out more about the assault.
You're right, just on the phone to the informant. Just wondering what's happened there.
My neighbour came to the door,
Yep.
and they don't have a phone, so they asked me to call the ambulance.
Okay.
They said that their mate got hit over the head with a metal pole.
Okay. Any idea where the person who hit them is?
No idea.
Okay. And do you know how bad the injuries are at all?
The girl that came said that it was serious, and that her mate was bleeding. That's why she wanted the ambulance. So I think it's pretty serious.
Okay, that's fine. We're on the way.
KSN from M&G 30, mission to carry taser.
There are strict rules governing the use of tasers. Constables must seek permission from their senior sergeant before they're allowed to unlock the secured taser box and arm up. From that point on, it's up to officers to decide if and when to use the taser.
M&G 30 is in approved taser, so you can clear the surrounds of the address. Copy.
Copy, will do. With the offender still on the loose, Chris and Catherine race to the South Auckland house.
Ambulance have called police stating that they found a guy who's kind of hallucinating. He's bleeding from the mouth and the nose. He doesn't know how he's been hit, but they believe he's been assaulted with a crowbar or some sort of weapon, and they believe that the offender is still at the scene.
Constables Catherine and Chris have arrived at a South Auckland house where the victim of a metal bar assault is now hallucinating. Chris has approval to carry the taser. An ambulance crew has arrived, but the situation is too volatile for them to enter. The attacker, armed with a metal bar, is still in the vicinity. And before the victim can be assisted, the premises must be secured, which includes restraining the dogs.
Is you right?
Where's the dog? Okay.
Has the house been cleared out?
A supporting police unit has ensured it's safe to proceed, but the attacker is still at large.
All we know so far is that someone's actually hit him with a pole. I'm not sure where that flow's coming from, but we're just talking to the victim now. He's not sure where it's happened, so I've come to the address with taser to clear the address, make sure no one with a bat or anything is around here, and we're just going to hang around till we know where the actual offender is.
Ambulance officers can finally enter the premises, but the bashed victim becomes aggressive and doesn't want their help. At the St John Emergency Ambulance Communication Centre, a baby's welfare is causing concern.
My 5-week-old son is, I think he's a bit wheezy. He's got hiccups at the moment, and yeah, he misses a breath.
Manukau 2, Priority 1, in Manurewa.
Joe dispatches Anna and Tracy.
So we're being responded priority 1 to a 1-month-old male who is wheezing and short of breath. There's a comment on here that he's an asthmatic, but when a patient's under 1 year old, they don't usually describe it as asthma, so we'll just see how he is when we get there.
Hello, police. Where's your emergency?
It's not an emergency. I just saw a grown man climb a tree. And it just seemed quite weird that someone would be climbing a tree, especially a guy. I actually thought it was a kid at first.
Yeah.
The 111 caller provides a description of the man, which Ollie relays to Constables Ali and Al.
The flag is at northern side of the road, about halfway along Coyle Street in Sandringham. He's a male with a goatee, barefoot.
Copy comms, we've got him on site.
Dispatcher Ollie is poised to radio an ambulance, but Ali and Al find the tree climber happily communing with nature.
What's your, you been in trouble with the police before?
No.
No?
Never before.
Never before. I mean, you must admit it's a bit strange. You know, you climb in trees, you know, whatever time it is.
Strange.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's your purpose? Just to make it to the top and then climb back down? I mean, because it's a bit, you know, it's a bit weird.
Yeah, I understand. So, well, if you're asking me my purpose, it's just to have fun. No, I don't try to climb to the top. Usually, I just try to have fun. Like, I also like to use monkey bars and things like that.
Okay.
So it's something that keeps me fit. Like, I don't like going to a gym. I like to climb trees.
You don't like to run?
I like to run as well.
Yeah, you should, probably stick to the running.
Certain he's not suicidal or a peeping Tom, they send the tree climber on his way.
Yeah, well, what can you say? You know, very weird fetish, but I don't know. Apparently the branches are better to swing on that street as opposed to the trees on his own street. So, yeah, I told him just to keep it, you know, do whatever he has to do during the day.
Which will free up police to attend more pressing emergencies. The offender armed with a metal bar has fled, and the victim has ended up in handcuffs instead. He's hallucinating and aggressive and is refusing to go to hospital in an ambulance. So police will have to take him.
You're not listening to me. We gave you the choice in there. You didn't make a decision. We make it for you.
But first, there's an unrelated crime to deal with.
You're under arrest for possession of cannabis. You don't have no cannabis, mate? It's in the house. I don't even live here, bro. Oliver, you're in the house, mate. We never
He's too aggressive for us to take him, so...
Yeah, of course.
To deal with him, so... Yeah.
Right.
That's right. Cool. Cheers, mate.
Anna and Tracy have been called to help a baby who is struggling to breathe.
Okay, is that a bad cough? Is it kind of a barky?
Like a wheezy
cough? Yeah. Can I get to unwrap him a little bit so I can see his tummy and just see how he's breathing? Sure. Tell him to listen, look.
Not liking what she hears, Anna turns to advanced paramedic Nick.
Bronchiolitis.
Bronchiolitis, yeah. We'll pop him up to kids first, okay?
Is it that bad?
He's got quite a wheeze through his chest. It needs to be checked by the doctor, and we'll give him a little bit of oxygen as we go. And
Pretty common, you know, babies this age.
Common, but scary for baby Kyra's worried parents.
I'm just going to give Kyra a little bit of oxygen, okay?
Cool. This is just a little kitty here that's probably got bronchiolitis. So we'll pop him through to hospital and, see what they can do for him.
Let's just sit inside his nose. Sorry, mate. I know it's not nice. All right, Mum? Okay. I think the parents had sort of reservations whether they should have called us or not, but they definitely did the right thing. Although he wasn't upset or anything like that, he was showing signs of respiratory distress, and he needed to be given some oxygen therapy and be seen by the doctors in the paediatric emergency department here. The earlier the better, especially with kids.
Police dispatcher Paddy is sending all available units to a violent brawl at a South Auckland boarding house.
A male's been stabbed in the chest. Apparently it's a deep wound. They're saying there was a fight between 20 people. Apparently the offender is still around, but our informant has the knife. I've put the job through to Ambo's.
Medicare 2, Priority 1, Police towards an SFP of...
The stab victim needs urgent medical attention. Joe sends the ambulance crew Anna and Tracy.
PPI 7, 10-7.
PPI 7, can you confirm that Ambo's can go straight in?
Really, we need to wait until the police have confirmed.
Situation's under control. Offenders here and being contained. Ambos are here. I'll guide them in.
The brawl involved 20 men, but only the stab victim is seriously injured. The ambulance crew desperately needs to stem his blood flow. A booze-fueled brawl at a South Auckland boarding house has left this patient with several nasty knife wounds. The wound on his chest looks small, but if it's deep, it could be deadly. It's critical Anna finds out more.
Very deep. Did you see it go in? Did it just cut the surface or has it gone in deep? Do you know?
No.
No? How good is your English?
It's a little bit.
Can I have a look at the one on your back? Can you sit forward for me? You've got a cut on your back. Are you hurt anywhere else?
The language barrier is making it hard to determine just how deep the wound is.
You all right?
Yeah.
What's wrong? You're just feeling it?
Anna will need to monitor her patient closely as they head to Middlemore Hospital. Constables Mark and Craig are still hunting for the teenage robbers of a Chinese takeaways when a car full of young guys comes to their attention.
All right, mate, how's it going?
Good, thanks. Got a license?
Good, man. You got your license?
Yeah.
Got a full license?
Yep.
Good. Is this your car?
Nah, it's my uncle's car.
Your uncle's car?
Yep.
There you guys, yeah. You all strapped in?
I'm the driver.
Yeah, we all in, mate.
You're the sober driver. And they're all drunk.
Oh, they're getting there.
All right, mate, let's go do some checks, okay?
Yeah, that's
Be nice, mate.
It's clear these guys are too old and the wrong nationality to be the robbers, but Craig's still keen to check their IDs. And one takes them by surprise. The onboard computer reveals that the front passenger is wanted by police.
Our computer tells us that you got a fines warrant out for your arrest, which you kind of knew about, yeah?
I am aware of that, sir.
Okay.
I'm not in a position to do anything about the matter.
The problem that we're in is your fines warrants for like $6,000. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's spread out from when I was a team.
Yeah.
And I've let it go so long.
But I know, man. I know. But unfortunately, this is what happens. So you have to come with us. All right? Go on, you go.
His late-night cruising ends at the Auckland Central Police Station.
We'd be neglecting our duty if we didn't arrest him. He's a nice enough guy. He was going for a night out with his mates. Unfortunately, he's got to spend the night here now and go to court in the morning. Yeah, it's as simple as that, unfortunately.
He's learned the hard way there's no escaping court-imposed fines. Fire dispatcher Mao needs a rapid response to an emergency in South Auckland.
Motor vehicle accident, Roscommon Road, near McLaughlin's Road, Wiri.
There's a two-pump turnout on the motorway, like it's have one truck coming from either direction. Up ahead here.
Senior Station Officer Lance and his crew arrive first. The young couple travelling in the car have crawled to safety and appear to be unscathed. But the same can't be said for the V-dub. Anna and Tracy are taking a stab victim to hospital.
How much have you had to drink tonight?
No.
Nothing?
Yeah, nothing.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I can smell a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Little bit?
Yeah.
How much is a little bit? Just so I can tell the staff at the hospital.
So 2 bottles.
2 bottles? Just of beers or?
The 8%.
The 8% of Cody's?
Yeah.
Anna's discovered more about the stabbing, but not what provoked it.
It appears he's been involved in a brawl involving apparently 20 people. He's been stabbed with a small knife. He's got a small laceration to his chest. He has a stab wound to his chest and to his back. The one on his back was superficial. The one on his front went a bit deeper, just into the fatty tissue.
He's just lucky the wound wasn't any deeper. The fire crew is cleaning oil from the crash site to prevent another accident. Amazingly, the crash victims are unhurt, but they're shaken and want to go home once they've retrieved their belongings.
It's just a brown bag, and the rest of the luggage can go to the towing.
The fire crew work as a team when rescuing people, animals, and even handbags.
What actually happened? Did you get any?
Just trying to work it out. She just said she braked heavily and lost control.
The Beetle's going to require some serious mechanical work to get roadworthy again, judging by its stubborn back brakes. Constables Chris and Catherine are returning to base in Manukau when Chris spots a guy sprinting away from a takeaway shop. Chris smells a rat, but when they investigate, it's a hot chook that raises their suspicions.
Where'd you just get that from?
Where's this much?
It's your chicken. Okay, where'd you get it from, bro?
Takeaway.
She's gonna go ask. Okay, it's your chicken. Why are you running?
Someone has stolen my chicken, my whole chicken. I'm here on my way.
We've just called him down here.
I want to pay for him.
Well, you got no money on you, man. What do you think's going to happen? You stole a chicken.
I paid it.
You didn't pay for it. We just got a... Why are you lying to me? I've got an officer talking to the people that chicken belongs to. That poor chicken. That chicken's horrified of what you've done.
Either he wants him locked up, the $12, yeah, paid back.
The Sarge has turned up, and so have the chicken nickers' mates.
I'll tell you what, guys. If you can fork out a couple bucks for a chicken, he may get off a charge here.
I was just going to get the wallet for him and we'll pay for it.
You should have told me you wanted a chicken.
We don't just let you walk away from here, OK? We take you down to the Manukau cells, and you go through the process, but you don't get charged with anything. You get a warning, OK?
From there, boss.
Yep. If these guys didn't bring some money for you, you would have been getting charged with stealing a chicken. How embarrassing is that? I'm embarrassed to do that.
This 5-finger discount smells 2-finger licking good to leave. Police were unable to find the teenagers who robbed the West Auckland Chinese takeaways. The man arrested for outstanding fines appeared in court and was ordered to repay his fines in full. The metal bar assault victim refused to reveal the identity of his attacker, so no one has been charged. Next on 111. A domestic sparks a terrifying suicide alert.
We managed to cut the cord off from around his neck.
A house fire threatens the lives of young children. And the patrol car takes a hammering as police chase a burglar.